Hello and welcome back to what is going to be the last episode of My Life in Football Manager, where we take a look at what has gone on through this series. So let's get the game loaded up. If you do enjoy the episode and have enjoyed the series, leave a thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel for more Football Manager content, including a new series that will be starting next Monday. But what we're going to do in this series review is basically have a look at the 4 clubs that we managed and see how things ended up for them. So we'll start off with Athlone Town, and it helps if I can spell their name properly, so let's try that again. So it looks like back into the Irish First Division. Now I did unload the Irish leagues just to help with the processing speed, so I can't see the tables, but let's have a look at their history. So nothing really jumping out here. 2022 was the year that I think we got them promoted via the playoffs, and it doesn't look like any other competition wins other than maybe a Leinster Cup in 2024. So very mediocre. However, they are back in the top league, and that's probably a main thing for them. They're still semi-professional, still a national reputation, so not much has hugely changed there. And then after Athlone, we went on to AFC Telford, and it looks like Telford are still in Sky Bet League 2, and let's go back to the league table. So they've survived another season. They're still at the bottom end of the league. And let's have a look at their history. So this is a period here that we got them promoted as champions, and then champions into the Football League. We left for Sunderland then. Telford went straight back down in 23rd position, but bounced straight back up as champions, and finished 12th in the following season. So they had a good showing, but last year back down into 22nd and then 21st. Let's have a look at the squad. Is there any still players that we had in there? And looks like, as you'd expect, for the most part, there's a lot of changes down at the bottom end of the football pyramid. But Joshua McGrath, a player that we still had, or that we signed rather, 24 years old, still in the team as a central midfielder. Continuing on, don't recognise any others. Mackenzie Hunt, still at the club, versatile player. How's he doing? Still a key player for them, probably one of the better players, I'd say, at this point as well in the team. And I think that is it, other than the young hot prospect that we had, David Sochak. Still never left Telford by the look of it, and he has been a phenomenal player for them. How he's never left the club is beyond me, because when we got promoted into the Football League, this was the season here, and he scored 8 goals and 21 assists. Now what a season that is. How nobody picked him up in the summer. And then even looking here in League 2 again, he scored 10 goals, 9 assists. So he's been a good player, but nobody's picked him up. He's still at the club. However, he's wanted. Who's he wanted? Bradford, Gillingham and Fleetwood. So I wonder whether they can keep hold of him this year. But it looks like overall Telford in good hands as still a professional club. They've got a regional reputation. Finances not doing great though, but ultimately they are still a Football League team. So we left them in better hands than when we found them, which is always a good sign. So after Telford, we then moved to Sunderland. So let's have a look how Sunderland were doing, and a 5th place finish in the championship for them. So where were we? I think we took here. Got promoted via the playoffs in 25-26. Up into the championship, we had a 3rd place finish, which would have been a great season, but the way it unfolded was disappointing. Similar with the 6th place finish. However, that was where we jumped to Leicester, so we didn't actually see the season out. After that, they finished 14th, but have bounced back up into 5th. And is there any players that we still recognise? Wally Yonk, still at the club, still looks to be the first choice keeper for them. Jack Brook, our massive flop signing, 18 millions we spent on him. He was okay under my tutelage, but it's really the following 2 seasons, he looks to have established himself under the new manager, which is good to see. Coming down the list, Henry Lawrence, still at the club. He's now, or still a right back rather. £4 million signing. He's been fantastic. What a signing that is at 4 million. And look at this season here, 14 assists for Henry Lawrence from right back, so still a big player in the team. Roger Anderson and Ollie Ewing. Let's have a look at Roger Anderson, a player that we brought in for, what was it, 10,000. And what a Sunderland career he's had. Not big in goal contributions, but big performer. How he's still at the club, I don't know. Then we've got Ollie Ewing, Taylor Perry. Taylor Perry's leaving. Where's he going? Minnesota. Mackenzie Osborne's still at the club as well. What a star he's been for Sunderland. Coming through the youth team, 1 year out on loan at Gateshead. Other than that, solid performances. Although, maybe he's playing a bit further back now, is he? Where is he playing? No, right wing, so he should still be getting up and within the goal. So a little bit disappointing maybe from him. Chris Shotton, his understudy, still at the club, still behind him in the pecking order as well. Colin Norton, another one of our signings. So how's he doing? Came in on a free transfer, did okay for us, but again, another player that's improving. So it's good to see that they've still got a lot of our old boys and they're performing well as well, which is a good sign. And then looking down towards the bottom here, we've got two of our biggest players. Firstly, Sion Spence. He came in at $250,000 for us. Was phenomenal, an absolute superstar, and seems to have gone on to do the same. Maybe had injury problems that season because he only played half the games. But look at this, bounced straight back, another 14 assists, this time 8 goals. Why Swansea didn't want him in their team is beyond me. And then Odin Bailey, he's now moving on to Millwall. Was a flop for me. Looks like the next manager didn't get the best out of him either. 8.5 million plus a player. Yeah, huge disappointment. Looks like they've done okay. Let's have a look at the Championship, how that finished. So Sunderland getting knocked out in the playoffs. So Derby went up against Stoke. Stoke beat Sunderland in the playoffs, so Sunderland yet again in the Championship. But crucially, same as Telford, they're in a better position than when we left them. They're challenging for that Premier League spot. So ultimately, I'm very happy with where we've left Sunderland. And lastly, we know how the story went at Leicester. That's the competition overview for the final season. We won the Premier League by a point. Excellent performance in the Premier League. Champions League was a disappointment. But then we managed to go on and win the Europa Cup, so that is a massive bonus. Takes the sting out of the Champions League disappointment, and then crucially we won the FA Cup and Carabao Cup as well. So the last thing for me to do is just come to my profile, I suppose. This is how I ended up as a manager within the game. 41-year-old, earning just shy of €100,000 a week, got a 4-star reputation, achieved the Continental Pro license, so that all looks very good. Reputation's good. Attributes, they're okay. Got a good level of discipline, good man management and motivation. Other than that, most of it looks a little bit rocky. The coaching is probably about average, so I think that area could have been better, but I'm not too concerned about that. The only person we managed to fall out with was Liam Rosenior. Can't even remember what that was over. And then overall career stats, we played just shy of 500 games, 469 games. Won 275 of them, drew 78, lost 116, so that gave a win percentage of 58%, which I'm very happy with. And then in terms of goals, we scored 936 goals, on average probably about 2 a game, just conceding over 1 a game with 563 goals conceded, which gives us a positive goal difference of 373. So all in all, it's been a very good career, it's been a very good series. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, don't forget to leave a thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel to see more Football Manager content, which will be starting next week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.